You're welcome to yet another episode of My Teacher the Reward. I am Prosperous Onibamo. Again, this is a platform where you can recognize, you can appreciate, and you can reward a teacher who has impacted your life in any way and in any aspect. Today's episode is going to be so interesting, it's going to be impacting, it's going to be educating and informating. We have a distinguished guest, someone who have had several experiences as regards various tutors in his life and in his field of career. And join me as I introduce our guest this morning. You're welcome, sir.
Good morning. Thank you, viewers.
Okay, sir. Can you just briefly tell us about yourself, little?
Yeah, thank you, everyone, viewing this. My name is Doc Sunny Aleghe. I'm an academic doctor. I was born when my mates were born, some years back, in a village known as Ayogena in Uzarui, Sako, West Local Government. I had my primary education at the village, my secondary school at St. Peter Grammar School at Genebode, my first second degree at Edo State University, Ekpoma, and a PhD degree in Defense and Security Studies. I'm a security consultant, domiciled in Lagos, a family man, and I'm okay I think that's okay for now.
Wow, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Viewers, you heard that, and you know that the guest you'll be listening to today is very vast in knowledge. So sit back and don't go anywhere. This brings us to our first question, sir. Could you just tell us, in your own opinion, who is a teacher?
A teacher has so many definitions because it depends on what is in your mind. My own perspective about education may be different from yours. But to me, I think a teacher is somebody who has the capacity to impart knowledge freely without any restraint.
Yeah.
A teacher could be a mentor, it could be an educator, and it could be a tutor. Is that person who impart knowledge, who impart intelligence, impart virtues and competence on any other person, so that it can be better for you in your future. So such a person can be referred to as a teacher.
Wow. So teacher, according to our guest, is depends on your own definition. A teacher is someone who imparts intelligence, who imparts knowledge. You know, you heard all that virtues of who a teacher is. A teacher is someone who can transfer information, virtues from himself to another. That means a teacher has to be someone of dignity. A teacher has to be someone of virtue. A teacher has to be someone that is full of knowledge. Wow, interesting. And now this brings us to the big question. Could you tell us, sir, who are those teachers, looking at your level, and you have acquired a lot and still acquiring by the grace of God, but at the level that you are now, no doubt you may have had, or you should have had, people, teachers, as the name implies, who have impacted you, who have deposited in you knowledge, information that has contributed to who you are today. Can you just tell us the few of those people?
Yeah, I will start from primary school.
Okay.
From the humble beginning. Like I said, I'm from Ayogena in Uzarui.
That's in Edo State.
In Edo State, it's like a West Local Government. As at the time, I was in primary one. I was just about 4 years old. And when this young man, then I'll call him a young man then, though he's late now, came to visit my father, who was a civil servant, that you want me to resume school. I felt insulted as a young boy that's just going up at the age of 4. You want me to go and start primary school? I mean, this is draconian. But my father has to compel me to follow him to school the following day. My late elder brother was then in that school, though I met him in primary 3, the same class with him. You know, there was this young man who came there to influence my father. He was the headmaster of that school. His name is P.N.B. Daniel. He's late now.
Wow.
I wish I could see him to go and tell him thank you for what you have done to me in my life.
We believe his family, the family of P.M.B. Daniel. Yes.
You know, he has a son then. His first son was Paul Daniel, who was in the same primary school with me. I think he was resident in London at one time. I don't know where he's right now. I tell you why the man was very significant to everybody that come from that environment. Education was not taken as a priority as at that time. Virtually everybody was into farming or learning mechanic or whatever trade you want to go into. But this man came with a mindset that the people from Iyura and Ayogena must go to school. Wow. The only people that were very conversant with what education was all about was Mr. Elori. Mr. Elori was a headmaster also, and all his children were highly educated. So when this man came, it was a competition. Okay. So he made sure that everybody come to school to learn and to go further. And there's one significant aspect of his life that was very meaningful to every one of us. When you were primary 5 to 6, he will make sure that he will look at your academic record from primary 1. Yeah. He will make sure that he secure admission for you after the common entrance examination to all those schools then in Edo North. You know, whether Bede or Edo North at that time. You have the St. Peter's Grammar School again in the border. You have Ayogwe Grammar School, newly established then. Yeah. You have Otaru Grammar School, known as Our Lady of Fatima. Yeah. Azama College Utuo. Then Deki Grammar School. I think there was one other one in Afuze also. I can't remember vividly now. So he was highly connected to this place. Then St. Angela's Grammar School for the ladies. Okay. You know, he was very close. He has close affinities with all these institutions to the extent that when you finish your when you write your common entrance, even at primary 5, if you do well, we'll secure admission for you. Wow. And for you to be intelligent, and for you to meet to meet with the records, he has one peculiar thing he was doing in the that still interests me to date. Okay. This man will come to the assembly, as you know, when you are coming to gather people in the morning to, we call it, I don't know what they call it then, I know it's assembly ground. He can call you, your son, he come here. What class are you? Primary 2. Okay, 2 times 1, 2, you guys read the timetable. 2 times 1, 2, 2 times 2, 4, 2 times 3, 6, 2 times 4, 8. You know, and if you mix one, be rest assured that you are going to collect some lashes of cane. In other words, if you are coming the following day, you will have learned everything concerning timetable. So he could call his son, Paul. I tell you to go and read 4 times 4. And if he miss anyone, he's going to collect the same list of cane he will give to other people to his son. Wow. So that is still discipline, knowledge. You know, to the extent that when we were in class 5, all of us were virtually living from primary 5 to secondary school. Wow. He holds a very significant aspect in my heart. That is, he began discipline with his son. Yes. And everybody knowing that since he could do this to his son, you have to sit up. You have to sit up. You have to be serious. Yeah. And everybody believes in him then that we should believe and trust in him. It will take you higher. Wow. So that is why almost every one of us began to go to school, and we went to secondary school, thereafter university. Wow. And of course, after then, I met another person in the St. Peter Grammar School, Abinibode. I think that was 1978. Wow. Before some of you were actually born. You know, in that 1978, there was a riot that took place before then against the principal who was there, Mr. Ogadi. Whose vehicle was vandalized, his house was cannibalized. You can imagine secondary school people indulging themselves in a riotous manner to just say that virtually everything the man had was cannibalized. Wow. So they brought a principal that was disciplined to us, Mr. J.U. Imo, Chief J.U. Imoka. He's actually late. He was the king of, he was the village head of Afoa. Okay. But then he was not. He was the principal to us. And the man came with a mindset that let me still discipline on these people so that when they go further, having heard about the riot, heard about the riot, he came with a mindset that I want to instill discipline on these children so that when they go further, they will know what the life is all about. You know, And that was all. The man would come to the assembly ground in the morning before 7:30. We in the body are supposed to finish our food, clean up, dress up, and come to the assembly ground 8 o'clock.
8 o'clock.
But by 7:30, that man is standing there with some canes.
Wow.
You know, and
Wow.
he will stand there and begin to call one. I don't know how he got to know our names. He can call you from anywhere. If you are coming late to school, if you know that you are late, just turn back from the gate. Otherwise, throughout that day, it will be to assembly. I remember one of his quotes. I have not forgotten it because it's part of me to remember him all the time. He prays so that God will rest his soul. He will come to the assembly at about 8 o'clock, I mean 7:30. By 8 o'clock, when we are on there, class 1 to 5. I think vividly that time I was in class 4. The man will say, good morning, everyone. Morning, sir. We're happy. Everybody will be happy. He's a lefty. Then we'll start. Yes. When you come to a decent school, this is how I demonstrate. All you see is the interaction between the student and the masters. Wow. Posing questions to each other, asking them. Wow. But when you come to my school, in discipline, the other day, class 1 to 5, kneel down. Oh my God. This man started again this morning. And he's going to cane everywhere. You can be up to 1,000, it doesn't matter. He will give one stroke, everybody.
With his left hand.
With his left hand. So everybody now know that before 8 o'clock, you have to be there. When you are supposed to be sleeping, you must sleep. When you are supposed to be in the dining hall, you must comply.
Yes.
So the man is still disciplined in us.
So he was a disciplinarian.
He was a disciplinarian.
Yeah.
And that appreciated so much.
And he was also detailed because you mentioned that he knew everyone's name.
He gave me a Gandhi when I was in secondary school. He called me out in assembly ground. Where is Sunny Aleghe? That little boy that is, when he's walking, he walks majestically like a weed from the southwest to the north as Papero. Wow. That was all. They now started calling me Papero. That's how I got the name Papero. Wow. It wasn't a name that I just see that to say, oh, I want people to. That's how I got my guy name in secondary school. That everybody who was there in the secondary school was calling me Papero. I never said that to say, oh, I want to have a guy name. No. It was a man that was describing my movement. There I was doing guy, a young man, you know, like a wind from the southwest to the northwest. And I went to research on it to know exactly what the man was talking about. Wow. You know, so he was very, very keen to discipline. And he knows everybody in La Babangida, knew all his military boys in barracks. Wow. He was very detailed. Very detailed. And he could call you anything. Even before he died, when he was a village here, I went to visit him, called me by my name. Wow. Well, you know, after several years. Yeah. So that was how the man was. Then when that was in the university, I don't want to measure some names in the university because that is, there is, it's a university, acquisition of knowledge universally. Yeah. Everybody could be good to you. Yeah. You could read on your own. Yes. Even your student could be your teacher. Yes. But the greatest teacher I had was after I left the university. Okay. You know, having graduated as the best in my department by the grace of God, I also won the Dean's Award at the best graduate student in the Faculty of Art and Social Sciences. I thought I was the best in the world, but I never knew that I was not even counted among the best. Ooh. You know, then I had the privilege of gaining admission for my master program or scholarship, which I did. While I was there, I was recruited into the service, Department of State Services. You know, and I was posted to the intelligence. You know, I met, we're very few in the intelligence. You could be in ops, you could be in another department, but intelligence is where the real information are processed into intelligence that are actionable. Okay. To the extent that these are what the government use, ensuring that there's perpetual peace in the land. You know, and I was allocated with some units. By the time I look at the files, I process my reports to the PSO Intelligence, who eventually have retired now as a National Director of Intelligence in MSC, Emmanuel. As he called her my lovely sister. There's no week we don't talk. We chat, you know, she's still alive. He will give me a report to process. Yes. I will process the report in a language I understand with the best English I think. I see when this woman sees this, she'll be very happy with me. By the time that report comes back with red biro, I'll begin to regret. Is it really, did I actually go to school?
Because you had the mindset that you already knew you were the best where you were coming from.
You know.
And now in the intelligence service,
he's not telling me the difference between information and intelligence. And he's telling me the difference between writing the report that have to be concise.
Yeah, in another dimension.
In another dimension, that you write verbals, you write this comment. Then you see go back to then the assistant director, then the charge of intelligence. I think it's one TD, Yusuf TD. Yusuf TD retired also as a national director.
Okay.
He was the chief security officer to Yaradua.
Okay.
Even before he died.
Okay.
Our former president.
Yes.
So I have this people that he imparted wonderful knowledge in me to the extent that when I write, when it come down, I see the correction and all that. By the time I rewrite and it come out, I'll be happy with myself that look, I have learned the lesson.
You have learned,
But by the time I've done that about 5, 6, 7 times, I did not go up and came down. Nothing was corrected. As a son, you are an intelligence officer. You know, and that is why in so many courses we went, I was always coming out the best.
Wow.
Even right in the service.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, we did so many courses. I will measure them.
Yes.
I was always coming out the best.
The best.
Yes.
The best.
Even the highest numbers of cadets ever trained then in the service, I was their general number one. That's why they call me GOC.
Wow.
You know, and with performance lead, my cadet mate, my course mate, as I speak with you, are the best in the service. And there's no command in this country where you don't have them. They are deputy directors right now.
In other words, you were.
So those guys, in the MTTR man where Yusuf today, you don't know what they mean to me.
Oh wow!
Those were the people that transformed, that trained me,
that molded you,
to the extent that all the awards that we got it from ASIS International, get it from newspaper, get it from the university as a role model, and all of that. It was as a result of what that was bequeathed in me by these 2 characters.
Wow. Wow, inspiring.
May God help them.
Amen.
May God bless them abundantly.
Amen. So I think amidst the 4 teachers you have mentioned today, so now you're dedicating this program to who especially? You're picking one now. That's always a tough.
This program is dedicated to God, who give them the capacity to impart the knowledge and me that have the acceptance. Therefore, I don't want to some are late with their blessed memory, but I'm dedicated to God. If God have not directed them, it's God that direct the heart of the kings. They were my superiors. So he could have as well told them, look, don't teach this guy, go and teach another person. So he directed them to put me on the line. So he's dedicated to God.
The Bible tells us that God directs the steps of the righteous.
Exactly.
Yes, so he orchestrated their steps.
Exactly. You're right.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Thank you so much for the everyone that has imparted the life of Dr. Sunny Aleghe. We are so grateful. While you were doing this, you were actually building the nation. Yes, you are contributing to the society immensely. Now see who he has become today. And you are also a teacher. Directly or indirectly, you are imparting life also. All this is because someone somewhere gave his best to make you the best. You see, the world is becoming a better place. There is hope for the nation. We know that there are terrible things happening here and there, but there is still a lot of people doing good, and that's why we're using this platform to make a shout out to those people who are still instilling good in others. Okay, and we are still on the show. Just sit back, relax, don't go anywhere. Our guest is still here, and I know you have been enjoying the interesting moment with him. We'll be back shortly. Don't go away, sit back and don't touch the dial. Wow. Welcome back. Stay on the show with Dr. Sunny Aleghe. Okay, sir, I trust that you two are enjoying yourself.
Yes, of course I do.
Because you are appreciating some people today, recognizing them. I know that joy also feeds your heart.
Yes.
Now, looking at the society, one of the good things you did to yourself as a student was being a good student. Yes, you avail yourself to knowledge. You avail yourself to discipline. You avail yourself to changes. Looking at the last when you were in the intelligent unit, you know, you thought you knew so much, but now you were humbled again to be trained despite all that you learned in the higher institution and being the best student there. What will you say to students out there, those who are in school, those who are under a coach or whatsoever, those who are learning the trades, you know, those who are learning from whoever? What will you say to them? Because you were patient at the time, you were humble, you had the ability to learn, you subjected yourself to be taught. So what are your words to
you have just told them. They should humble themselves.
Wow, yes.
They should be ready to learn.
Yeah.
And when I say ready to learn, you must pay attention to details.
Yes. And
of course, you must exercise, you must be resilient, because there are some people who are when they are teaching you, they want to go back, then you get angry and say, I'm not interested. But no. Calm down.
Yes.
According to Lagos State government, be calming down.
Be calming down. Be focused.
Yeah, you be focused, and you get the best. You know, like I said when we were interacting before the program, I told you that I'm an academic doctor, that even though I don't lecture at the university or teach anywhere, I have mentored some people who are currently managers in intelligence, security and intelligence services. You know, these are people who are ready to learn. I have paid for some to even travel out to this country with me to go and learn.
Wow.
Like BCN, they call it BCN, the Business Continuity Management. Yes. I did it in Oxford. Somebody followed me. And when I was going for project management course, I paid for a colleague of mine who was my junior, but now he manager somewhere. Wow. You know, and he's happy. Even though we don't talk all the time, I know that he's happy with me. You know, I've recruited somebody who, of course, today is the head of the department like I am. Wow. You know, I have met also people who have gone to write exams and they come back and they tell people, the public, that, look, if not for Sunny Aleghe, I don't think I will have been this. But it's for God. You know, dedicate your life to what you want to do. Make sure that you do it very diligently and very well. It's not when I want to learn, I'll be doing, you know, tapping other thing and I'm not listening. No, you have to concentrate. Yes. If you don't concentrate, you will know. When I tell you our lecture is going to start 4 o'clock, it should start 4. That brings to mind why I was here before the time. Yes. That was the discipline that was instilled in me, but those people I have mentioned. I mentioned J.J. Mokabi, the assembly grab before you come. In SSS, in DSS, as it were, you know, they will teach you the trade craft. Wow. If you are in surveillance department, and I'm supposed to put you under surveillance, discrete surveillance. You normally enter this office by 9 o'clock. Am I supposed to be here by 9? No. By 8 o'clock, I'll be somewhere positioned to monitor how you come in here. Wow. So when you told him interview was going to be 10 o'clock, I already made up my mind that I will leave between 8 and 10 for this woman. You know, so interesting. You know, somebody must be ready to learn. And when you are ready to learn, you get the best out of it. Get the best. So that's my advice to those who want to out there who want to learn. Like, you can imagine, I had a major surgery last year, March 28th. But by September, I went to defend my thesis, my PhD degree thesis. Now you begin to, I use working stable, I don't use it here right now. But people will ask you, what is wrong with this? What does it do with PhD degree? You can't learn it. It's continuum. You can't stop. You have to start learning. Every day I pick a paper I'm reading, I'm learning new things. Every day I talk to, when I'm watching you or scream or try to talk with you, I'm learning new things. So learning is a continuum. I don't want to appeal to everybody. Listen to us. If you are a student, please read every day. Even if it's newspaper you grab, read it. You will see new English there that you are not conversant with. Wow. Thank you.
Wow. Thank you so much. This is interesting. I know that you are seated, you're glued to your seat because we have packs and packs of information for you in this particular episode. I know you got that. Be apt to learning. Avail yourself to information. Learn every day. Read a book every day. You are investing on your personality.
Exactly.
And what you have inside, that is what you give. You can give. You can give what you don't have. So you improve yourself every day so the world can get the best of you. Wow, that is remarkable. Sir, can you just talk to our teachers? You know, you had opportunity because you said God orchestrated some excellent teachers your way. There are some teachers who will be listening, watching this program, and may not have been excellent or delivering their services excellently. What word do you have for them?
They should know God. And they should avail their minds and listen carefully to the divine being.
Yes.
Because if there's one thing to be a teacher, it's another thing to do the work of a teacher.
Yeah.
There are teachers in school that they just want to be engaged as a core teacher. It's either in secondary school, in the university, or otherwise. They go there, the purpose of teaching is not in their mind.
Yes.
Because teachers are supposed to do research to know more so that they can impart knowledge. But some of them will not do that. Instead, they'll be looking for the finest women within the environment. I want to appeal to them. Learn more, research, and avail yourself with the research, with the correct happening, because so many of them who thought they could go and sit down, be looking at women, they could do this and look at the beautiful girls, give mark and collect money. It's no longer like that. You can learn online.
Yes.
So now that you can learn online,
Yes.
we call it is it the new normal?
The new normal.
Okay. Now that you have a new normal, you have to be allowed to your responsibility, learn and research so that you can be recognized, so that you can impart knowledge even online, and God will help you to do that.
Yes.
So if you don't do that, and you think you say want to come and sit down, I'm a professor, I'm a lecturer, I'm a doctor, I'm a senior lecturer, where's your mark? What is this? Calm down and go and learn more, and dedicate your life to God, and know exactly what you are supposed to do, what you are planned to do, so you do it diligently and seamlessly without any problem. Because so many of them are in trouble right now because they're being accused of one thing or the other.
Yes. Yes. You know, our viewers, in other words, the world has gone digitalized.
Yes.
And we are no longer playing with the same game, of hiding in between your job. Now you have to sit up as a teacher and deliver what you were trained to deliver. You have to be your best. You have to be at the top of your game. Yes, you have, because the time is running. And if you remain where you have been, in a short while, there is room for overtaking. You know, thank you so much. Thank you. And we are so glad for all these that we have. You know, I know there is the responsibility of the government in this aspect. Okay, there is the responsibility of the government, but why we are praying to God for an excellent delivery in the government, and why they are trying to do their best, you as individual, you know, you are delivering, you are being the best of you, and the world is becoming a better place. And this brings us to the end of today's episode. No doubt you have gotten so much from this. Once again, I want to thank you, sir, Dr. Sunny Aleghe, for availing yourself, you know, to pour out your experiences in teaching, and for encouraging teachers out there to do their best. Thank you. Thank you for coming to my Teacher the Reward.
Thank you very much. And I just learned a lot this morning again from you. May God bless you abundantly.
Amen. Thank you. So one word, what do you say to the organization of this program?
Guys, I think when you initially when this Teachers Reward was discussed about 2 years ago, I started to think about what does he want to achieve in doing this?
Wow.
So that we can begin to. Then you told me then that you have some people that will work, you know, as a team that will encourage and all of that. The only aspect we did not discuss is that you did not discuss whether you need financial assistance or whether you want me to participate in the program, you know. But I think I thank God that you have started it.
Yeah.
The God who gave you the power to start will continue to give you glory and glory to go higher in the business.
Amen.
And I think those who are teaching right now, whether mentoring, teaching, or doing everything to make sure that people are imparted with better education, better knowledge, and better discipline, they should be happy with themselves.
Okay.
And I think I pray to God to continue to bless them.
Yeah.
The more they teach, so they can bless them with more wisdom and knowledge to impart better of, you know, better of it to them, to other people.
So why is it important for someone to come here to say thank you to a teacher? Yeah.
Well, it is now. If in MSc it's Emmanuel, a lady who taught me that I really do not, he humbled me with all the qualification I thought I had when I came into the service.
Yes.
He'd be happy to say that is my boy.
Wow, wow, wow.
You know, if they listen to this, they will be happy. He used to call me Omonova. He doesn't call me something. Omonova, that is how he called me.
Yes.
Then he would just like say, Omonova, I've started again. This is very good, you know. And if the children of my late headmaster and the principal watch this, I think they will be happy with their late parents. May God continue to rest their soul eternally in heaven.
Amen.
In Jesus' name.
Amen.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. That means thank you goes a long way. It's good to say thank you. That's one thing we were taught right in school. Always say thank you, the magic word. Thank you. And this brings us again to the final end of today's episode. If today is your first time of watching this program, do well to subscribe. Please and please subscribe. Also click the bell icon close to the subscription line, and so you could get notified each time a new video drops. And I remain your host, Prosperous Onibamo. Keep watching My Teacher, The Reward.
Those of you who want to subscribe, we'll be very happy to have seen Dr. Sunny Aleghe talking this morning. I'm a consultant, and come to me and I will direct you to her.